Hello, we have discussed different combinations of two goods which provide same level of satisfaction to the consumer, and these combinations what we discussed earlier depend on income of consumer as well as the price of the commodities. So the consumer's budget states the real income or his purchasing power, and from which he can make combinations of different quantities of goods which give him the maximum satisfaction. So the income is to be equal to the cost of the products, only then he can make combinations successfully. So budget line is a graphical representation of all possible combinations of two goods which can be purchased with given income and prices such that the cost of each of this combination is equal to the money income of the consumer. The budget line is locus of different combinations of two goods which the consumer consumes and which cost exactly his income. So when you talk about budget line, the cost of the products or commodities and income of a consumer and the combination of goods which should suit the income of the consumer. So they are all related. For example, if a person has 20 rupees as income and he wants to spend on two commodities X and Y which each cost 10 rupees. So he has combinations of buying 2 units of X, 0 Y, or buying 0 units of X and 2 units of Y, or 1 unit of X and 1 unit of Y. So when all these combinations are represented graphically, you find a downward, like this, downward slope straight line. That line is known as budget line. It is also known as price line. So budget set is the set of all possible combinations of two goods which a consumer can afford given his income and prices in the market. So here in this example you find the tabular column, you find apple and bananas. That's a combination EFGHIJ. So 5 apples and 0 banana, 4 apples and 2 bananas, 3 apples and 4 bananas, and the price of each banana is 4 rupees, and the price of each apple is 4 rupees, and price of each banana is 2 rupees. And that is represented here in the diagram. So here you find the combinations are marked, and the line joining all the points is AB. This AB is a budget line or price line. Here you find on the budget line he has a capacity to buy all these combinations. If it lies here, point D, he is not spending his income properly, or is not using his income entirely. If the combination lies outside point C, you find it is unattainable. You cannot, because this is much higher than the income of a consumer. So the money or the income of a consumer is equal to price of here apple, price of A into quantity of A plus price of banana into quantity of bananas. So the slope of budget line is equal to units of bananas willing to sacrifice and units of apples willing to gain. So this is how the slope of the budget line is calculated. So change in quantity of banana divided by change in quantity of apple. So here you find numerators will always have a negative value, but it is for analysis absolute value is always considered. So the slope of the price ratio, price ratio is equal to price of X by here price of apples and divided by price of Y, here the price of bananas. So Px by Py, that gives the price ratio. Then slope of budget line is represented by price line. The price ratio indicates the slope of budget line. Now let's see the properties of budget line. Budget line is downward sloping. It has a negative slope because it slopes downwards as more of one good can be bought by decreasing some units of other. So what happens here? You find 0 apple and 10 you find here, that example, and here you find 0 apples and 10 bananas. So that's why it slopes downwards. Then budget line is a straight line because price ratio is constant throughout. So these are the properties of budget line.